happen. That will has to be brought trust by you people. And I have shown you a way. Right. I am not a dreamer. Right. I tried to get into politics. I thought I would be able to do. I tried. I couldn't. It's a fortress. They asked me, will you give 50 lakhs to party fund? I said, my entire service I didn't get 50 lakhs pay. 460 rupees into with exertion. Where will I give for party fund? After that you spend another 50 lakhs. He said you can earn about 10 crores later. But my shuru ka principle kahan se launga? So please understand our system, how it works. You know, from Bangalore, people go to Chennai. During elections, truckloads of buses are brought. They are taken there, 5,000 rupees, 2 saris, 2 dhotis, and 1 month free ration they bring back. All your masons, carpenters, suddenly they disappear during election. Where do they go? Do you think if they are not getting money, they will go and vote there? You have to change the system. That is why I said it is in power. You are the people, the brain. You have that energy. Please spend that 1 extra hour to change the system, which you people are doing. But galvanize, energize, make it into a mass movement. You know, Ramdev says something, immediately Anna's party opposes. You know, there is no unity in all the good people. First bring unity. That's very important. Yeah. Should I say last 2 questions? Yeah.
Just take this one first.
I can go on, I have no problem. The problem is for my wife, and then of course for others.
You spoke about glamorizing army.
Glamorizing?
You said let's try and make an army needs to be a bit more glamour and can be attracted for young people who would like to join.
Right.
One is how do we go about it? 2, the other question is, few countries have made this military service mandatory, especially during their college days. Now, could NCC fit in this? Could we make NCC activity a mandatory thing?
Good question, good question. I was waiting for this question. The first question, the NCC mandatory. Let me take this. You know, this is the style, you know. I will take the second question first. This is the normal people's way. So, yeah, please. You want to add?
Sir, in the NCC itself, we are spending a lot of money on RD parades, everything. But there is a attachment camps also. But people who are interested, they will not get. One chance will come to college in 1 year, 2 years like that. Why can't we spend much money on these trainings with the military or like that? So instead of spending on RDs and all.
Okay, the first point, let me finish the NCC first. You know, I don't know how many of you know the entire funding comes from the state. You know, the NCC says we want to raise more units. State says no, no money. So the state gives money for the NCC, not the center. So the state wants more young people to be trained. They can say, please, into more colleges, we will willingly do it. But the states, where is the money? This is the last priority for them. This is not their vote bank. Training young people, disciplining them. This is not their vote bank. So the NCC, and anyway, to cover the entire youth of this country, we require enormous growth. It is impossible. But then we can definitely expand, provided the states want it. Some states have more NCC units. Some states say, sorry, we don't want it at all. The chief minister says, मुझे नहीं चाहिए NCC. ये पैसा मैं और कहीं लाना है. Then what do? So that is what is the limitation. Right. Now we come down to how to make the army glamorous. Right. Will the pay increase make it glamorous? Yes, to some extent. Yes. Today, the veterans are standing outside and crying for 1 rank, 1 pay. Do you know, in the IAS, the bureaucrats, they have a very clever way of looking after themselves. Every Indian, in his own respect, they have trade unions. Army is the only one which doesn't have trade union. Even IPS have trade union. The IPS, they look after themselves. How they look after? The deputy secretary goes to Delhi, say 2005 batch, goes to Delhi on promotion or a particular appointment at a joint secretary's post or some higher post. He gets higher income. All the people of his batchmate will get the same pay wherever they are. This is the IAS rules. It doesn't happen in the army. 33 years you become a major general. 20 years you become joint secretary. Same rank. 0.63% versus 50%. So pay is one aspect. Definitely it requires to be looked into. At least bring in par with bureaucrats. We're not saying don't go ahead. When I was in Iraq, I used to have interaction with Saddam Hussein. He was a dictator, but he was a very good chap. The country prospered in 2 years, which our country has not done in 20 years. If you read the history of Iraq. You know what he said? The highest paid in Iraq was the army. The second highest was the police. And the third was the bureaucracy. So we asked Saddam Hussein, why is this? It never happened in any country. You know what answer he gave? I simply was floored by that answer. He says, he only spoke in Arabic, and we knew a little bit of Arabic. He says, external security is looked after. My country is safe from external aggression. So I pay the army the most. Internal security, local में गुंडा दादागिरी होता है, policemen look after it. So I pay them the best. Bureaucrat will automatically do the work. वो तो अपने आप करेंगे काम. So I pay them the least. But this is the logic. And that country prospered for 2 years. Then leaps and bounds. People, every day their income was going up, the standard of living was going up. Today, I am stagnating where I am. You know, the more I pay, I am running to remain where I am. I am all the time running and still finding on the same place. Whereas my 5% or 1% of people, especially the politicians, their income is minimum 100% increase in 5 years. If not 500%, 1,500%. How is it happening? So therefore, pay is one aspect, bring at par with that. One rank, one pay. Just in 2 lines I want to explain to you. You know, our Jawans, 60,000 people retire every year. 60,000 trained people. You know what the age they retire? Can you make a guess? At 35, you throw out a Jawan because you want to keep your army young. From 35 to the age which the population committee has given, our average age of an Indian is 65. For 30 years, of course he lives much longer because of his health. He lives up to 80 years. Who looks after him for 45 years? He is without a job. There is no second job for him. A trained man, he doesn't get a job. Some jobs are reserved in the state, but generally not given to him. Right. He gets a pension of the last pay drawn. After 40 years, when 4 pay commissions have taken place, his pay is decided by what he drew 40 years back. Whereas everybody else in the civil retire at 60. And then they keep getting the higher pay. All that the army is asking, whatever rank that fellow retired, when the pay commission comes, give him whatever rank that they are drawing that pay, give that. It's as simple as that. It will work out to 500, 600 crores. If you stop 3 presidents from visiting abroad, and if you stop MLAs going to study about the drought conditions, as if they can't deal with it, they have to go to Czechoslovakia, France, Germany, there is no drought, but they want to go and study the drought so that they can come and improve Bangalore. If all this money is stopped, you do not know how much public money is wasted. I know it. I don't want to speak about it. It's a big lecture. So therefore, this 800,000 crore bureaucratic hurdle. How can the army come? I'll just give you one example. In pay commission, 1.5 million of people, and then 5.5 million of retired people. Every year 60,000 add, nobody dies, everybody lives like our Indian old Fiat car. It keeps going and more cars are added. So therefore, we don't have representative in pay commission. We give our recommendation, this is what the army people should get, we feel this is what he deserves because he is in Siachen, give him this money and all. The bureaucrat says, why Siachen? It should not be there. Not much. What is the problem? You only stay there for 6 months. And then our people are represented by a joint secretary in pay commission. We can't even have an army man or a defense man in pay commission. Look at the mischief being played by bureaucracy. But this is where we feel bad. The next point which I want, warrant of presidents. Now you must, I brought it but unfortunately I didn't have. This I must give it to you. Please understand, bread alone. You live by izzat, your dignity and honor. A chief who commands 1.5 million army, where is he in the warrant of presidents? Very interesting. Made by Home Ministry and the President's Office. Judges of Supreme Court are in warrant of President's 9. Do you mean to say a chief who commands an army, who is going to lead our men to war, who is given the task of protecting the territorial integrity of your country, is less than a Supreme Court judge? Supreme Court says 9. 9A, still interesting. Chief Election Commissioner and Controller and Auditor General. They are senior to my chief. Ridiculous. At number 10, Members Planning Commission, who mislead this country, are senior to our chief. Number 11, Attorney General, who represents the government and misleads the Supreme Court. Number 11, Cabinet Secretary, who presides over 8,000 people, is senior to a man who is commanding 1.5 million of people, and chief is at number 12. A field marshal who is given an honor should be in terms with Bharat Ratna. We are still fighting him to equate him to the chief. And then you make the film star a Rajya Sabha member. You can't find a good chief to become a Rajya Sabha member and come the table. This Bollywood and cricket field, I have no regret, no hazards against them. They're good people. But isn't that the trend? Bharat Ratna is given to the musicians, the politicians who voted the government, or Chennai politicians who voted Rajiv Gandhi's government to power, given Bharat Ratna. I mean, look at the way we are demeaning people. A person who won Bangladesh war with great difficulty was field marshal. After death, can't be. Who is fighting for him? Everybody is fighting for Sachin Tendulkar. I find nobody fighting for election. Stop trending. I mean, give that honor. Let that soldier feel we are being looked after by my countrymen, by my government. They will give not their life. They will give everything to this country. So this is what we must do. So izzat and honor. The man must feel that he is getting the best of equipment to fight. You know, he doesn't have helmets. He is blind without night vision devices, and he is told you fight the Chinese who have got the best of equipment. We did it in 65. You know, F-16 came from the US, and we were having some manpowers and world rated. Our outstanding IAF pilots bet F-16 165 bomb. How long will we carry on like this? Please understand this and pass it to people who are respected. So therefore, Ganesh, to answer your question, why are we shocked? The shock is because give the army, the defense forces its honor. I am not saying, I went by saying the hierarchy who are indisciplined, who are corrupt, throw them out. The chief was trying to do it, the Sukna, the others. So he has paid the price if you try to shake the system, because there is political interference. So therefore, give them the pay and allowances. Bring them in power with bureaucrats. Give them the warrant of president, the dignity and honor. You know, in the Republic Day parade when I was in charge, our chief was told to sit 3 seats behind a cabinet secretary. Thank God they won't sit on top. I have to go and fight for them.